Queensland, and I am super excited to be crafting with you again today. So please, when you get the notification, you know the drill, jump online, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I'm running a little bit late this afternoon, and that was because I was about to hit the go live button and I had a knock on my front door. So luckily I hadn't hit the live button, and I went and answered the door, and it was a good friend of mine that lives around the corner from me, and she came to visit. So I quickly had a bit of a chat with her, and I've jumped on. So I'm about 7 minutes late. So I do apologize for that. But, you know, you can't help it when you have visitors that rock up on your doorstep. So as many of you know, I was missing in action for the first few days of this week, and that was because I was building my craft studio. So we've actually got all the roof on my craft studio, so it's super exciting to have that coming together and actually seeing it start to take shape, which is fantastic. So I couldn't go without doing my free online class that I do each week. So I decided that I would jump on and do a free class for you this afternoon. So even though I normally go live at 5 on Mondays, I'm actually live at a little bit after 4 on Thursday this week. So good afternoon and welcome. I can see I've got a few of you jumping on. So welcome. If you've just joined, my name is Donna Gray and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland. And I go live every week with a free class where you can actually earn the kit for the cards that I actually create in my free class. So today I'm actually using the gorgeous inked and tiled bundle, which it's a stamp and a die bundle. So it's, a stamp and a punch bundle, I meant to say. So it's a little bit different to what I normally do. I'm normally using dies and things. So the punches are really, really cute. It's got a double punch set that goes with it. So it's a great set. So I had a little bit of a play around with that today. So if you're on my email list, you would have got the email showing you the cards that I'm going to create tonight. And now that I think about it, the cards are out in the kitchen, so I'll have to go and grab those. So where I actually took the photos of them. So hello and welcome everybody. So if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you may have seen the photos of my craft studio coming together. So we've got the beautiful roof all up, the guttering and fascias all on, and the stormwater all connected, ready to go. So I'm just waiting now to get approval, the final approval from the council. So that will be really, really fun. Hello, Denise. How are you? Hello, welcome. So I can see I've got Helen, Doris, Julie, Denise, and Priscilla. Hello, welcome. And there's quite a few of you other that are on. Please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. And I'm super excited to be crafting with you today. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I have happening in my Stampin' Up business at the moment, and then we will get to crafting. So I'll just pop the video down onto my desk and we'll talk about the things that we have happening. So of course, craft and game night is happening tomorrow night, and I'm super excited to be having my first craft and game night again. I used to hold these craft and game nights. I used to hold them quite a lot. We used to do them once a month, actually. Back about 12 months ago. So I've decided to introduce these craft and game nights. I'm going to do them once every other month, so once every 2 months. So we're kicking off tomorrow. We have 9 people tomorrow that will be playing the craft and game night. So I'm super excited for that. And the more people that play the craft and game night, the more you win as prizes. So what actually happens with it, we play bingo and we also craft and create cards in between each bingo game. So we play a game of bingo, you win craft gift vouchers. So Stampin' Up gift vouchers is what you win. And then we make a card, then we play another bingo game again. So it is a really, really fun time. If you're local, I do have 2 extra spots left for tomorrow night. So if you wanted to actually join us tomorrow night and change it to 11 people that are coming, then that ups the prize money as well. So all I do is I divide some of the prize money and that's what you get as a voucher. So it's a fun thing to be a part of. August coffee and card class is on Thursday, the 17th of August, and it's at 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Registrations will be closing for my August coffee and card class by the 8th of August. So that's within about a week or a bit less than a week, 5 more days, I think it is. So August Coffee and Card Class, you can actually do this as an online version. The online version, you actually get the kit with everything that you need, but you will need the stamps and dies and the inks that I use. But you'll get all of the designer series paper, all of the ribbons, all of the embellishments, the cardstock, and a PDF tutorial showing you step by step how to make your 4 cards. Or if you come in person, you get to hang out with the crafty people, and we have tea and coffee, and we have generally a fantastic time. So, so that is happening. Saturday, Crop Till You Drop Scrapbooking Day. Now, this is a new one. People are probably thinking, oh, wow, I haven't seen you do something like that. I have had so many people here locally that have been asking me for a crop day. So it's a scrapbooking crop day. What that means is you bring your own things to work on, and you can use things like my dies and stamp sets that I have. You can get 12 by 12 cardstock and things off me if you need supplies. I'll have some of my designer series paper out and some of my embellishments and things. So you will be able to purchase things and things like glue and things on the day, but you generally bring your own crafting supplies. It's $20 to come, and it's going to be a day that starts at, I think it's 10 a.m., goes right through to 3 p.m. And that's on Saturday, the 19th of August. So if you're not doing something on Saturday, the 19th of August, $20 gets you to hang out with crafty people for quite a few hours. So about 5 hours, which is really, really awesome. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. A girls' night in, kit night. So that's something that I've got that I used to do a while ago too. I'm starting to get back into all of those awesome classes that I used to do when I lived in the Northern Rivers area. So kit night is on Sunday, the 27th of August. Now, you can attend this online or in person. I have a list of kits, and I will actually add, there is a Christmas tag kit that's a brand new kit. I will actually add that to the list. So if you wanted to register and you wanted to get the new Christmas gift tag kit as your kit, so all it is you purchase the kit. I do have them at time of registration. You just choose which one and pay at time of registration, and I will order it and get it sent out to you. If you're attending in person, then I will order it and get it delivered here, and I will hand it out on the day. August monthly Stamps Club is the beautiful balloon. So Stamps Club is $50 per month, gets you the stamp set, a card kit to make 6 cards, and a video step-by-step tutorial each month. I choose a different stamp set each month, and the kit is, and the video is made in accordance to whatever the stamp is that we've chosen. And even my Stamps Club members, they get to choose, they get to vote. So I put 3 options up and they get to vote, and the most popular one is the one that wins, and that's the one that we do. So we've actually just decided that for August, the stamp set will be the beautiful balloon stamp set. So if you're interested in getting help with your creativity, Stamps Club is a great way to be a part of a crafty community in the comfort of your own home. So the kits and everything get sent out to you, and you get to be in a Facebook group to get the video, and you also get access to all of my other videos that I've done as well. So, so that's a great thing to be a part of. We have kits on sale this month. There's 30% off all of our kits this month only. So if you like kits, or if you're brand new to crafting and you want to have a starting point, then kits are the way to go. So so kits are great for all levels of crafters. Everything is all inclusive, so you don't need anything other than your kit to be able to craft. So kits are 30% off at the moment. If you want to shop online, you can find all of our kits online. They don't exist in a catalog. They're always just online, so you can see what we have available online, and you can purchase your kits online this month for 30% off. And today we are doing the inked and tiled bundle class. Now I'll just go out and grab my samples. So these are the 3 cards that we're making today. And I just want to show you how the kit comes if you earn a kit for free. So we're making these 3 gorgeous cards today. So we have that one, and that one. So they're the 3 cards that we'll be creating today. And you can earn a kit to make 2 of each of these cards for free if you place a $100 order or more using the host code. Now you will see it'll say earn free kit shop and a little QR code that is there on my screen. If you use that QR code, that will actually add the host code to the shopping link and send you straight to my online store. Now, the inked and tiled bundle is really, really cute. So that's actually how your kit will come, and it will also come with a picture of these cards, but you will come back, it will show the link, and you'll come back to this video and you'll recreate your cards again using this video that I already do today. All right. So let's get started on our first one. I just want to show you the bundle to start off with. So the inked and tiled bundle is really, really cute. So you can see here, it's got some very free-flowing flowers. So it's a beautiful set. It's really great for the simple fact that it is not a total detailed stamp. So you don't have to have precision stamping. It is showing this beautiful flowers and just a very casual type of floral stamp set. But we have these 2 gorgeous punches that go with it. So if you were thinking, I don't have a die cutting machine, the punches are a great way to go because you can create really awesome things with these punches. And I've seen some great things with these 2 punches that have been designed. So I'm actually going to create some pretty simple, easy cards for you today using the inked and tile bundle. Now, the colors that I'll be using today, I'm going to be using Calypso Coral, Petal Pink, and our Lost Lagoon. So Lost Lagoon is a color that has returned, and our Petal Pink and Calypso Coral we've had for quite a while. So I'm going to be using those 2 ink pad colors, those 3 ink pad colors. I'm also going to be using some sponge daubers, and I'll show you a fantastic way of coloring with this stamp set with the sponge daubers as well. All right, so let's actually start with this card here. So I've actually got my kit already cut, but I just want to show you how awesome these punches are. And you'll see here on my cardstock how I've already punched. They're because they're a smaller punch, they punch really, really easily. So when you're punching, they punch out so quick and so easy, as you can see. So punches are a great way of being able to create some awesome shapes without too much effort and without the big cost of having a die cutting machine. And then, of course, you can see here I've been quite crazy punching out these shapes, but you can see here that this one punches out really easily as well. Okay, so easy punches to use, and I was honestly using 3 fingers to be able to punch that. All right, so I want to, I've already punched out my pieces ready to go, but I just wanted to show you how those punches work and how easy they are to use. All right, so as usual, we have a Petal Pink card base. Now, the Petal Pink card base is cut at 5 3/4 by 8 inches, like I always do. If you have missed how I do my card base layers, and card base sizes, then please go back to my beginner videos. And in the beginner videos, I show you my never fail method of making sure that you have the same size card bases and layers, that it makes your crafting so much easier. So I'm just going to fold that one in half. So we have that. Now I have a strip of Designer Series paper here, and I'll double check the width of that. I'm sure it's 2 inches. No, it's 1.5 inches. So I've got a strip of 1.5 inch Designer Series paper. Now, the Designer Series paper is the paper that actually goes with this bundle. Now, I'm just going to find the bundle here so that we can see in the catalog where we can find it, so that you know exactly where to shop. Now, you may want to use your ordering this bundle as your qualifying order, because if you actually order the bundle is $105.25. Now, if you order the bundle, you will actually earn this card kit to make 2 of each of these cards for free just by ordering the bundle. Now, it's on page 95 in our catalog. And you can see here we have the whole suite. So the Inked Botanical Suite. So the whole suite is $141. Now, if you order $150 from me online from now until Sunday night at midnight, so Sunday the 6th of August at midnight, 2023, you can also get not only the kit, but you can also get a free embellishment thrown in as well. So if you actually wanted to, say, buy a roll of ribbon plus the whole suite that is there, because I'm using 2 different types of ribbon here today, you will also get a free embellishment thrown in as well. So it's on page 94 and 95. The designer series paper is absolutely stunning. And I'm just seeing where it might tell us what the paper is. The paper is the Inked Botanicals 6x6 paper. So it is 6x6 paper. And as you can see, there's some really nice examples there on that page. All right, so page 94 and 95, if you wanted to, I've actually added a supply list in the show more box down below on YouTube, and I've also added the supply list in the description of the video over on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook. All right, so I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper because I want to do a little bit of stamping just on my card base before I actually do the designer series paper layer and show you the fun thing that I've done here with this tone-on-tone die cut piece. All right, so I'm going to grab my Petal Pink ink pad, and I'm going to grab the flower that is it's just like this one here, that one there. Okay, so I'm just going to ink that up with my Petal Pink, and I'm going to randomly stamp some half strength, some full strength, and I'm just creating a little bit of a pattern in those corners. So full strength, half strength, full strength, full strength, half strength. So just like that. So just creating a gorgeous little pattern there, just like that. Hello and welcome to everybody. I can see I've got quite a few jumped on. Please give me the thumbs up. If you love what I do, please give me the thumbs up because it really helps get my videos out there. YouTube likes it and so does Facebook like it. So please do that for me. All right, so now I've got my strip of 1.5 inch designer series paper. Now this is 5 3/4 inches long. I haven't cut the strip to 5 3/4 inches long because I actually like to be able to trim it so I get it really nice and flush on my layer. So I'm actually not going to cut it at that 5 3/4. I'm actually just going to glue it on first, and then I will trim it off after I've glued it on. All right, so I'm just going to use my liquid glue. And as you can see, I'm not going all the way down because it's going to be shorter. And I'm just bringing it in about 1/8 of an inch from that fold line. And I'm just going to adhere that down. So I've got it nice and flush with the top. And I've just brought it in about 1/8 of an inch from that outside fold line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that over and I'm just going to run my scissors along that card. So then you can see that it's cut it really nice and flush and you don't have any worries that you might have cut it maybe 1/16 of an inch too small and it might not sit properly on your layer. So I always find that if you cut it off later, it's a way better way of doing it. All right, so we've got that. Now I've cut out some of these. I've punched out some of these. Now, you'll see that they have like a straight edge. So I can actually butt that up against that designer series paper and create a really nice pattern there with 3 of those. So they actually all connect together. So can you see that? They connect together really, really nice, but it just gives a little bit of texture into the background. So that's actually what I planned on doing, was just getting that texture in the background. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue on that. Now, the liquid glue is probably the better way to go here for the simple fact that you'll be able to maneuver them around and get them to sit exactly where you want them to sit because you want them to line up really nicely. So, so my suggestion is to make sure that you set them out there nice and free, and then add your glue and adhere them down to make sure that they're all going to connect and line up properly. So you can see there that liquid glue gives you that wiggle room to be able to move it so that you can get them to line up properly. So I've got the two there, and then I'll adhere this one, and I don't have to worry because I've actually lined it up when I actually lined those two up there. Okay, so it creates a really fun pattern there. Now, this is the other shape out of the punches. So we have this one here and we have the cross shape. So this is the other shape. So I decided to use this one as my sentiment layer. So I'm just going to bring in my Lost Lagoon ink, and I'm going to bring in Hello Friend. And I'm going to stamp my Hello Friend on that little Lost Lagoon punched out section. So I'm just going to line that up on my little punched out section like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the gorgeous Lost Lagoon ribbon, and this ribbon honestly is one of my favorites. It's got that real I don't know how to explain it, like a weathered look, sort of like an older look, maybe a little bit more like shabby chic type of look. So I actually like the texture of this ribbon. I just think it's a really, really nice ribbon, and it's just a really nice soft color. All right, so I'm just going to, with my Seal Plus, I'm going to add just a little strip of Seal Plus in there, and I'm going to cut just a small piece of that Lost Lagoon ribbon with my scissors, and I'm just going to add that underneath that little stamped sentiment just to add a little bit of interest. So I'm just going to pop it on there at an angle, and then I'm going to pop up my sentiment layer on there. All right, so I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and pop on the back of that. And we will just pop that in there like that. Okay, so now with my embellishments, now I do have these listed in the description as well of this video. I'm going to be using, they're called the adhesive backed sparkle gems, and they are absolutely stunning. So for Christmas crafting, I am telling you, you definitely want these sparkle gems. They are stunning. So I'm just going to use the silver ones out of this. I'm going to grab a silver one with my handy dandy take your pick tool, and I'm going to pop one there, and I'm going to pop a smaller one just there, and then I'm just going to pop another smaller one just on the sentiment over there. And there you have a very quick, easy card using that gorgeous tone-on-tone look with your little punched out shapes. But what a simple, easy card. A little bit of designer series paper, a little bit of stamping in the background. So if you're brand new to crafting, or you're a casual crafter that you don't like to have too much complication when it comes to your stamping, you can see you've got a gorgeous card there just by using a little bit of designer series paper and a bit of stamping. So simple and easy. So if you like that, please give me the thumbs up. So let's move on to card number 2, which is, I'm going to do this one here, card number 2. Okay, so I've used a Lost Lagoon card base. So once again, 5 3/4 by 8 inches, and we're going to fold that in half. Deborah, my daughter is doing really, really well. She went back to work today, although she actually messaged me this morning in a little bit of a panic because she went back home. My parents were up here, of course, when we were doing my craft studio, and she went back home last night. She woke up this morning and she said that her mouth was really sore. She sent me a video of inside of her mouth, which, I mean, like, yes, of course, we all need to see that, don't we? But she's actually got what everybody really doesn't ever want to happen when they get their wisdom teeth out. She's actually got a dry socket. So she had to go down to the dentist today, and he had to operate on it, and they actually took all of the stitches out of her mouth, which she would be happy about that. But they also they packed it. So where they'd taken the tooth out, they've actually packed it with some herb natural I don't know, packing that's in her mouth at the moment. So she said it tastes a bit funky, but they've washed it all out, cleaned it all out, and yeah. So she's not having the best of times, but she's doing okay. So thank you very much for asking. And yes, I think she enjoyed recuperating up here. I don't think she wanted to go home, to tell you the truth, and go back to work. But it is what it is. I'm afraid that not working doesn't pay the bills, does it? All right, so now I'm going to take that card base once again, and I'm going to stamp with that same flower. I'm going to stamp some flowers around exactly like what we just did with that one. We'll stamp some off, some stamped on full strength, some stamped off. Okay, so same thing down the bottom here. So just creating a little bit of a background and a little bit of texture in behind that there, okay? So, and I might even just do a full strength on there. So just a little bit of a halo there of those flowers. And then, okay, so I'm going to tell you the measurements of these. So we've got some designer series paper here. Now this one is 2 inches by 5 inches. So 2 inches by 5 inches. Then this one I know is 1.25 inches by 4 inches. Okay, so we've got that and we've got that. Then we've done, are you ready for this one? This one is 2.5 inches by 3 inches. And then this one is 2 7/8 by 2 3/8. Okay, so that's going to go on there like that, and we're going to stamp on there. But I'm going to show you a really fun coloring technique. So you can see here that this one has Lost Lagoon leaves, and it also has the beautiful Calypso coral top. So I'm just going to add these on first. So I'm just, for the ease of the video, I'm just going to use Seal Plus. I would normally use my my liquid glue, but for the ease of the video and to be able to do it, it's just easy for me to use Seal Plus here. So I'm just going to add that one right there, even top and bottom with my layers. And same thing with this Calypso coral piece. We're just going to add that one, just popped in off the edge there. Okay, even top and bottom. Just eyeball it. You don't have to be too particular with it. Then we're going to take our Very Vanilla piece, and we're going to bring in this floral stamp. So this is where our little sponge daubers come into play. And I do this quite often when I want to have, so do you ever have flowers where you want to actually get like a totally different, you want the stem to be a totally different color to the tops, but then you think, how am I going to try and ink that up with an ink pad to be able to get those two different colors? The sponge daubers come in very, very handy for doing this. So first of all, I'm going to ink up with my Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to use my sponge dauber directly into my ink pad, and I'm going to just do that dauber all over in Lost Lagoon in where that stem is. Okay, so, and I like to go over it a couple of times to make sure that you've got a fair bit of ink on there. Then, of course, I'm going to use my other sponge dauber. I'm going to go into my Calypso coral, and I'm just going to go over those flowers. So because the sponge dauber is little, you actually have a lot of control, being able to control where you're putting the ink. So it works really, really well. They fit on your fingers, and I can tell you, I've got fat little fingers, and they fit onto my fingers. So if they can fit onto my fingers, they'll fit onto anybody's fingers. I need to tell you that. So I've just done that, and I've got some ink on my stamp. Now, what you need to do is you need to re-moisten the ink. So even though the ink's on there, our ink is water-based, but you need to breathe on it. So you need to get a bit huffy here and go and breathe on it, and get your get your breath to moisten that up. And then I'm just going to stamp that down like that at an angle on there. So there you have it. 2 different colors. I didn't have to worry about whether I was going to contaminate my ink pads or anything. The sponge daubers are fantastic for doing that. You could even, with the flowers, you could even do a little bit of darker color here in that center part and make it a little bit more of a variegated flower as well. But as you can see, super easy, but just a simple thing of having some sponge daubers to be able to do that. All right, so then I'm going to take the happy birthday and I'm going to stamp that in Calypso Coral. I'm going to ink that up and I'm going to stamp happy birthday right there like that. All right, so now with those 2 layers, I'm going to adhere those 2 layers together. And I like to use liquid glue for this because I've got a very, very small border. So you might remember when I said the measurements, I only took 1/8 of an inch off to make this very vanilla layer smaller. So 1/8 of an inch ends up giving you a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around. So a very, very fine border, but it just gives a hint of that crushed curry in behind. The stamp set that I'm using, Margaret, is called Inked and Tiled. It's the Inked and Tiled bundle. So it comes, you've got the stamp set, you've also got that punch, and you've also got that punch. So that's the bundle, the Inked and Tiled. So you get both of those punches and the Inked and Tiled stamp set. And I think, what did I say it was worth? $105, $105.95 or $104.95. It's on page 94 and 95 of our catalogue. So if you actually order the Inked and Tiled bundle, you will earn a free kit of this card class to make 2 of these cards. All right, so now I've got that ready to go. So I want to pop my ribbon in underneath. So, of course, I'm going to use the wild wheat. Now, the jury's out on this wild wheat, whether people like it or whether people don't like it. I'm growing to like it, and in certain instances, it looks quite nice. And in this instance, it went really, really well with the crushed curry. So it added just a little bit of that color in behind. It's not too overpowering. So I've decided that I was going to do that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Seal Plus, 2 little strips going up and down. Because my ribbon's going to go across and I want it to adhere into the Seal Plus, I've gone up and down with my Seal Plus so that I can do that V shape in my ribbon and it's going to stick into that ribbon. And that's all I need to be able to hold that ribbon in underneath that layer. So I tend to leave my ribbon on my roll, work out the length that I need, adhere it into my Seal Plus where it needs to be, like that and like that, and then I trim it off. So I'm not wasting a lot of ribbon. Now, I see a lot of people say, oh, I seem to waste a lot of ribbon, and it's because they're not using it directly off their roll of ribbon. Now, if you use it directly off your roll of ribbon, I've just lost my pair of scissors. I can't lose them there they are. I was going to say I can't lose them that easily. So I use it directly off the roll so I don't waste ribbon. Now, this ribbon actually does fray a little bit, so I'm going to cut that frayed end and I'm going to zigzag that end in that way. And I've got it all ready to go to pop my layer over the top. So I'm just going to use some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and our dimensionals add just that special something to your card. Adding a bit of 3D layering on your cards, it just gives that little bit of an extra pop to your cards and makes your cards look a little bit more prestigious, or I don't know, it just adds that little bit of something. So I can see a few of you talking to each other. I love that you do that. And thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl said that she really enjoys my demos. Well, thank you very much. I absolutely love sharing crafting. I love crafting and I love sharing it with people. And I hope that people like it as much as what I do. Okay, so I'm just going to take off my backings off that layer. And then, of course, that's just going to hover over the top so I can see a little bit of my designer series paper down here, a little bit up the top. I've got my ribbon going in underneath, so I've just placed that where I think it needs to be. Okay, now for my embellishment, I decided to use these tinsel gems, and I've decided to use the ones down the bottom here because when you put them on with the Lost Lagoon, I think that they went really, really well with it. So I tried to find something that, and I mean, I could have used them on this card here as well, but I wanted to use something just a little bit different on that one. But I love the fact that this color can actually blend in with the Lost Lagoon. I feel like it looks a bit more like Coastal Cabana rather than Lost Lagoon. I'm not quite sure exactly what color it's supposed to be. Someone out there might know exactly what color they think that they should be. I'm feeling like these are Fresh Freesia, and I'm feeling like these are Boho Blue, but I'm not quite sure. It looks like Coastal Cabana or maybe Pool Party to me, but they still go really well with the Lost Lagoon. So I'm just going to add those three there, and there you have card number 2 using the beautiful inked and tiled bundle. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you love that, give me the thumbs up. And we will move on to our third and final card of this free class. So if you've just jumped in and joined, or this is the first time that you've actually joined me in my free online class, you can earn this kit for free if you place a $100 order or more through my online store from today, which is the 3rd of August, 2023, right through till midnight on Sunday night on the 6th of August, 2023. So this card here is a little bit different. It's got a little bit more stepped up, a little bit extra done to it. But such an effective card, and adding the vellum always seems to add that special something to a card as well. Sorry. Just got a message, and I'm just going to. My daughter's probably thinking that she's going to chat with me. I just had to let her know that I'm on a video, so she won't chat with me forever. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. This is a little bit more stepped up, but it's still not that over the top. So, I always like to bring you some nice, simple crafting, yet still giving you a really, really nice look, but with minimal supplies. Okay, so once again, card base 5 3/4 by 8 inches. This is our Very Vanilla Thick. So we have Very Vanilla Thick, we have Basic White Thick, and we have Very Vanilla Regular and Very Vanilla, and Basic White Regular. Now, the difference between the thick compared to the regular you get 40 sheets in a pack, because it's designed for layers inside and for on the front. Our Very Vanilla Thick and our Basic White Thick is designed for our card bases. So it's the thickness of our normal regular cardstock. So our regular cardstock is thick enough that we can do a card base out of all the time. Now, a lot of people ask me that. What's the difference? Why would we want to get Very Vanilla Thick? And the reason being, to get a nice sturdy card base. If you use Very Vanilla Regular, it would be very flimsy, and it wouldn't hold its shape really well. All right. So now you may think that in behind there is Designer Series paper, but it's not. It's just tone-on-tone stamping on our Lost Lagoon cardstock. So I have a piece of Lost Lagoon cardstock here. Now, this is 3.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that I'm going to stamp with the gorgeous leaf stamp, and I'm going to do it in Lost Lagoon ink, but I'm actually going to stamp off with the Lost Lagoon ink. Now, the reason why I wanted to stamp off, I did think about, and I'll show you, I did think about stamping at full strength. Full strength is fairly dark, and I wanted a more subtle look. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to show you the difference between the subtle look, because it looked a lot better when I inked off and stamped on. So can you see that? It just gives a more subtle look and a softer look, because I didn't want it to really overpower that layer. I just wanted to give a little bit of interest in behind without doing too much. Okay, so I've inked off and then stamped on. So tone-on-tone color, but with second generation stamping, not full strength ink. And so as I said too, if you want to place an order, if you see that QR code that's on my screen, you can actually, with a phone, you can actually hover your phone over that QR code, and that QR code will actually add the host code, and it will take you straight to my online store. So if you want to place an order to get the kit for free, then by all means choose to use that QR code. So I've got a very vanilla, sorry, a vellum cardstock square here, and I'm nearly positive that's 3 inches by 3 inches. Yep, 3 inches by 3 inches. Yep, so a vellum square. This strip here is 2 inches by 6 inches. Now we're going to trim this back, and when we trim this back, it will go onto our card layer. Okay, so now I'm going to use that punch, so that little punch here, and I'm just going to eyeball just in the middle of that strip. So I want to get it evenly in the middle, both sides, and I'm just going to punch that. Okay, now I want to keep them because I'm going to use those. And then what I did was I lined up that side bit. So these two straight pieces, I lined up with the side of my punch, and I just eyeballed to make sure that I'm on the same level. And I punched one on that end. And then I did the same thing over here. So I lined the punch up on the side, and so I lined up the side being flat and making sure that it looked like it was on at the same height, and I'm shaking like it's the same height. And it doesn't matter if you're not exactly right, but it gave me 3 even spacings there. Hey Sue, how you going? So 3 even spacings. So I wanted to actually use it that way because it showed off these pieces. I'm just using the reverse side to actually use on here. So what I did was I used some of my liquid glue and I adhered that. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue all around, and I'm just going to pop that on the front. We will trim that later once we've got it where we need it to be. So I then lined it up on my layer, top and bottom, and you'll find that you'll have a little tiny corner on both sides. So just top and bottom at a diagonal angle like that, and you'll have a little corner top and bottom like that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there, and then I'm going to pop these little ones up on dimensionals and pop them into the center. So I just turn them all over and pop some dimensionals on the back. Now you may think that I'm ODing on dimensionals here on this little, but I wanted it to stay fairly stable. Plus I'm actually using one of these shapes to actually house the vellum square. So I wanted them to still sit fairly firm on the front of my card. So I am using 4 dimensionals per each punched out little shape. Okay. And then I'm just going to line those up, and you can easily line it up. It doesn't matter which one you put back in where, but you can easily line them up over the top. So it was quite an effective way of using these punches to create a really cute pattern. And I could have, if I wanted to, I could have actually like done it like that you could have seen more as well. So there's different ways of doing it, but I did just line them up that they were sitting straight over the top of where they were punched out. Okay. And we'll just line that one up there. All right. I've been so enjoying these free classes that I've been doing each week. So normally what I do is I go live at 5 on Mondays, every Monday. So because I was actually building my craft studio this week, I didn't go live at 5. So I decided that I couldn't stand not going live this week. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Seal Plus there underneath that. And then I'm just going to eyeball that square in the middle, just like so. Now, even though I've done that, you can hardly see where I put the Seal Plus because there's a pattern bit of paper underneath. You hardly can see where that is actually showing through that vellum. So you don't physically have to cover that. Now I'm just going to flip that over and I'm going to trim off those excess pieces that I don't need. Like that. And all I do is I use the cardstock to run my scissors, and I've got those layers stuck, but I use the cardstock to run the edge of my scissors, the blade of my scissors up against, to be able to cut those pieces off. So we have that ready to go. So then what I actually did was I stamped thank you just on a scrap piece of my Very Vanilla. So I'm just going to grab my thank you and my Lost Lagoon ink. Did I get the roof on my craft studio? I sure did, Sue. I absolutely did, yes. And it's looking fantastic. We did, I must say, my mum, dad, my daughter, and myself did a fantastic job. I mean, my daughter was more or less foreman. She helped just a little bit, but she was recovering from her dental surgery, so she didn't do much. She just was the foreman and directed us all. So I've got my thank you there punched out. So as you can see, you can use this punch for your sentiment layers, but you can also use it for patterns as well. So then, of course, I used my favorite ribbon again, my Lost Lagoon ribbon. So all I did with that, I actually turned that over. I did some strips of Seal Plus on the back, and then I cut my V of ribbon. So I worked out what length I needed, and you can actually just pop your sentiment on here. So I did that. So I just popped it onto there. Okay. And cut that. So once again, not wasting any of that ribbon. And as you can see, Sue, I'm not tying bows, but I'm still putting ribbon on. She's feeling okay. I just was saying that she had a little bit of an issue with a dry socket. So the thing that no one wants to have happen when it comes to getting teeth out. But she messaged me this morning and she said, does this look normal? And I said, I don't think so. I think you need to be calling your dentist and letting him know. And she actually, yeah, she had to go down and they operated on it, cleaned it all out, and packed a little dressing packing in it. And apparently it will gradually work its way out. So I've got that. Then I'm going to pop that up onto some dimensionals. And I'm going to pop that on the front just there like that. So I offset it so that I could still see that gorgeous pattern there. And then I added some of those gorgeous Tinsel Gems 3-pack once again, and using those ones that look like, I don't know, does anyone know? Does anyone type in what color we think that they are? I don't know what color we think they are. I feel like they look a little bit like Coastal Cabana. So we're just going to add, and that one went where it shouldn't have. It might have to stay there. No, it's moving. Okay, so we're going to add one there, one there. We're just going to add a small one on our thank you layer there. And there you have your third and final card. So as I said, you can actually earn this kit for free. So I will actually cut you a kit to make 2 of each of these cards. So this is what you will be able to make with your free kit. So you earn the kit with a $100 order or more, and you can use that, that code right there. So if you actually use your phone, you can actually place your order on your phone using that QR code. So if you're not into QR codes, the link is in the show more box down below. And I will also show you, this is the host code. So the thing that you need to remember is you need to use the host code to be able to get the free kit. If you don't use the host code, then you don't earn the free kit. So, so you really have to use my August host code to be able to get your free kit. So with a $100 order, you will get a card kit to make 2 of each of these projects. The ribbon and the embellishments don't come with it, but if you place a $150 order, you will get a pack of the embellishments for free as well. So that is my ordering special for the week. Now you need to place those orders by Sunday midnight. So Sunday, the 6th of August at midnight, to be able to earn that free kit. So Lost Lagoon and Fresh Freesia, Sue's saying. So Lost Lagoon and Fresh Freesia. And I'm thinking, so they are Lost Lagoon, but they look a little bit more like Coastal Cabana. And this one here, I'm assuming is Boho Blue. So thank you for hanging out with me and crafting with me. And don't forget all of those things that I have happening at the moment in my business. So if you live locally to me, I have the coffee and card class coming up. I have craft bingo tomorrow night. So I will be live. I will be actually online, and you will see the cards that I create in bingo, and you'll see all the lovely ladies. Well, you won't see the lovely ladies. You'll probably hear the lovely ladies having a great time at craft bingo. So that's actually going to happen once every 2 months. So the next one will be in October. So the first Friday night in October. And I have coffee and card class. It's coming up on the 17th of August. I also have a crop day, scrapbooking crop day. So if you live close to me, that's on a Saturday. So it's on a weekend. So if you're a worker, you can attend to a weekend class. That's actually on Saturday, the 19th. I think it is Saturday, the 19th of August. I should read it off my list here. I have them all on my list. We have Scrap Till You Drop, Saturday, the 19th of August. That's starting at 10 a.m. and going right through to 3 p.m. Cost is $20, and you just come and hang out with some crafty people. So it's super fun to be able to be a part of something like that. The Girls' Night In Kit Night, you can attend online or in person. Lynn, I can see you're on here. So, yeah, she said see you tomorrow night, because Lynn's coming to my craft game night. She's going to be one of the online participants. So I'm actually doing it online and in person at the same time, which is super fun. I used to do bingo all the time, and I've decided to bring it back into my business. And as I said, next Friday game night will be 6th of October. But see me here tomorrow night at about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we will be crafting and creating cards, but I won't be here. I'll be actually in my craft room in the garage, in the studio, where everyone is going to be. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. Don't forget, place those orders with that host code up there. So you can scan that QR code, and that will take you straight to my store. Does it not say on the cover? Does it not say on the cover? Oh, I was wondering what you were saying, Doris. Does it not say on the cover? It doesn't say the colors. Nope. Doesn't say the colors. Not at all. It says peel and stick. Be careful not to touch the adhesive, or it will lose some of its stickiness. Choking hazard. Do not inhale or ingest. Tinsel Gems 3-pack. No, so it doesn't say the colors. We're just guessing. It might say in the catalog. I'm not sure. It may say in the catalog. Maybe I should write it on it. Yeah, Sue's saying there's nothing more painful than a dry socket. I know. She was a bit of a battler. She was telling me that she was okay, but she obviously wasn't. So, oh, Misty Moonlight is the other one. Okay. Yeah, actually, now that you say Misty Moonlight, I think I would probably agree. All right, so thank you, everyone. And until next time, have a great night, and I will see you all again soon. I'll be back here live 5 p.m. Monday afternoon for sure.